Simon, go ahead.
Yeah, so
I'm wondering, you've been warning, obviously, that this operation shouldn't go ahead without that plan. You seem to be holding back from saying that it has gone ahead, but in terms of what you've been warning about, the humanitarian impact, it seems there is already an impact in terms of, another boarding crossing is closed, and at the moment we understand both border crossings are closed. So do Israel's actions over the last 24 hours set back the work that you've been pushing them to do on the humanitarian situation, given that there's a near famine conditions in Gaza?
Certainly, the closing of Kerem Shalom and the closing of Rafah set back the delivery of humanitarian assistance. Now, to some extent, the full answer to that question depends on what happens next and whether they're quickly reopened. And Israel has committed to reopen Kerem Shalom tomorrow. We're working to make sure that that actually happens, so humanitarian assistance can continue to come through. And I should add that Kerem Shalom didn't close just because of an action by Israel. It closed because it was bombed by Hamas. So we want to see it reopen as soon as possible. They said they'll do it tomorrow. Same thing with Rafah. They said that Rafah will reopen for the delivery of fuel, which is incredibly important to desalinization of water. It's incredibly important to fueling the trucks that deliver humanitarian assistance once it's inside Gaza. And it's incredibly important for running bakeries that deliver bread for the population there that needs it so much. But we want to see it fully reopen. And so when I say it depends on what happens next, if Kerem Shalom opens and Rafah reopens, those will be important steps because we don't want to see humanitarian assistance limited or impeded in any way.
So have they told you that now they've got control of Rafah, this is actually going to be better in terms of getting humanitarian aid? Is that what you sort of seem to be suggesting?
No, that's not what I'm suggesting. I don't want to get into any private conversations. They've said it would reopen for fuel. We want to see it reopen for everything because Rafah is a crossing that should note that the amount of humanitarian assistance that has gone in through Rafah has gone down over time as assistance has shifted more to Kerem Shalom. But that assistance is still critical. We're not in a position where we can afford to see any delivery mechanism shut down, even if it's one of the relatively small ones. And I only say relatively small in relation to the amount coming in through Kerem Shalom. But we also want to see it open for fuel. It is the entry point for humanitarian workers that come in. It is the exit point for people that come out of Rafah. So it's important that gate be open, not just for the delivery of humanitarian assistance, but so that humanitarian workers can come in and out of Gaza to do the important work that they do every day.
And